It's been bothering me for some time now, but I've been trying to figure out how best to use my Jedi Knight Luke, Chewie, and Captain Rex within the new raid. None of them actually managed to stack up evasion. They can't really effectively be used with Imperial troopers. But I do have a solution for you guys at home, so let's break this down. I've just finished my most recent runs of the Speeder Bike Pursuit raid, and I've got a new record, 14.5 million damage. I was able to eke out about 200k more damage using Jedi Knight Luke, Chewbacca, and Captain Rex. And this is good because typically those characters are ones that a lot of people have got geared up, either through past legendary events, just because they're good teams, or because, they feature as part of the Galactic Legend layer farming requirements. The good thing about this is you can do it at any relic level that you have. Mine are Relic 7, if you had them at Relic 8, you'd be able to go into the top tier, and it does translate into about 2 million plus damage. Not much higher than that, but it's still very respectable scores. At the Relic 7 tier, I was able to get 1.5 million. There's good and bad sides to this. The good news about this is if you really don't want to bother too much with the strategy and the modding, you can actually do this very easily with far easier mod requirements just by going for easier thresholds, and you can still get about 1.3 million damage. So let's talk about how. Let's talk a little bit about the modding first, and unfortunately it is a little bit awkward. With these particular rebels, you do need to be running 6E accuracy mods, and not many people farm accuracy mods. I certainly don't. So I actually had to spend some time trying to actually get some decent ones, and I'm still not there, but I'm able to get the run done nonetheless. So the three thresholds that you're looking for are ones of damage, ones of potency, and of course that accuracy. So you can see my Captain Rex over here, I've got him at 337. More is probably better. The accuracy arrow is up there, and we want to try and get over 80% potency. Now the last thing would be the damage. Rex isn't a particularly damaging character, so hit that 6,000 damage threshold if you can, then try to hit the potency, get that accuracy arrow on there, and then the rest is all speed, baby. Now, let's take a look at Jedi Knight Luke, which everybody, I imagine, has got at least at Relic 7. Once again, accuracy arrows. All three characters here are running accuracy arrows, okay? We've got crit damage on the triangle. I don't think that's entirely necessary, but you can if you want to. So again, we're looking for at least 80% potency, 10k physical offense to get the maximum out of that damage, and the rest into speed. 256 is not mega fast. It's because this accuracy arrow just doesn't have a whole lot of speed on it. Maybe I'll get lucky with some future slices there. Finally, Chewbacca, once again, 10k offense. We're looking for at least 80% potency. Actually, no, we're not. Chewbacca is different. Chewbacca is different, so apparently I don't care about his potency. Okay, so accuracy. Accuracy on the arrow, once again, crit damage, and then we've gone for that 10k physical damage up here, 267 speed. Again, I imagine more speed is probably better. I don't want to take credit for this, guys, because it is not my strategy. I got this from the Swigger raid server. Make sure you do join it, because there is a wealth of information there that will really help boost your raid scores. This particular strategy was formed by Solohan, I believe, so shout out to Solohan for such a detailed guide. The moves that we use are very prescriptive. In Wave 1, you need to use the first special Sideswipe 4 times on one of the Scout Trooper recruits, and on the other one, use your basic 5 times. You should end the wave with total stacks of jam equaling 4. Kill one of these Scout Trooper recruits just by using 4 uses of the first special, it's the Sideswipe ability, then use your basics on the other one to kill him. It should take you 5 basics to kill one of them, and 4 uses of Sideswipe to kill the other Shadow Trooper recruit. You should end this first wave with 4 stacks of jam. On Wave 2, we're going to be using 11 basics to kill both of the troopers. Use 1 Sideswipe at the start in order to bring your total stacks of jam to 5. Over here now, we're going to be using 1 Sideswipe, and the rest is going to be basics. So target either of them, just use 1 Sideswipe, and then just basic your way through the rest of them until the entire wave is over. You should have enough damage on this to just chew through them. Remember, at the end of the second wave, you should have 5 stacks of jam in total, as we can see here. Wave 3, we use 4 or 5 Sideswipes to kill the commander on the left-hand side, and 9 basics to kill the Shadow Trooper. We also need to use the second special once to gain additional stacks of jam. We need to end this wave with 16 total stacks of jam. Now, in the wave 3, we're going to be using 4 or 5 side swipes on the Shadow Trooper Commander, the guy on the left-hand side. Then you're going to be using basics on the Shadow Trooper, okay? So it should take about 9 basics, but we also need to use the AoE, the final special, once at some point here, okay? We need to use that once because we need to gain additional stacks of jam, essentially. You should end up this wave on about 39% roughly in rage. So we'll see how that goes. Now looking here, we currently have 15 stacks of jam. We needed to use that middle special one more time just to end up this wave with 16 stacks of jam. In wave 4, we need to use 4 or 5 side swipes once again on the Scout Trooper Commander, and then 10 basics to finish off the Shadow Trooper. We should finish this wave with 12 stacks of jam. Over here then, we're going to use the same approach. We're going to use 4 to 5 side swipes on the Scout Trooper Commander, the guy on the left-hand side. Rest of it is going to be basics on the Shadow Trooper, okay? We should end this with about 79% on our enrage meter, just checking up in the top right corner. When we finish off this Shadow Scout Trooper, we should be on about 79%, okay? So just basics from here on in. This is why it's important to make sure that our modding is dialed in, ladies and gentlemen. Alrighty, let's keep going. This next wave is very easy. We just use the second special Distract 3 times in a row to clear the wave. Next wave now, we should have dropped back into easier units. We're going to use our second special 3 times and it'll clear the entire wave. This is why we needed to stack jam up earlier to give us that easy wave. This will also ensure that future waves are also easier. After that, we need to bring down both of these Scout Trooper Commanders with basics at the same time. You can see our enrage meter is now at 91%, so do not kill any of them until you've brought both of their health down to critical levels, okay? You can see we've got 1 stack of damage left on one of the Shadow Trooper Commanders there, Scout Trooper Commanders, sorry, I can speak. Bring the other one down to basically dead, and then you want to be able to kill them both before they take another turn. I think one of them actually gets a sneaky hit in. No, he doesn't. Okay, great. There we go. We should have this wave again. Again, second special on our characters. 3 of them will clear the wave entirely. Absolutely phenomenal. This is where it gets tricky. We need to be able to kill the Scout Trooper Commander on the left with 4 of our first specials. You need to get some luck here in order to survive to hit that last use of it. But once you do, you'll hit that 1.5 million. Getting to the 1.3 is super easy. The 1.5 is tricky and is very mod dependent. Best of luck to you. I fully appreciate that not everybody is going to want to go to that lengths with that kind of crazy modding and that level of RNG to try and hit just an additional 200k. It does work at the tier above and it works at all tiers below it as well. But if you just want to settle for a far easier raid reward score, go in with the same team, prioritize getting as much damage as you can. So for Chewie and Jedi Knight Luke, you want 10k offense. For Captain Rex, you want to have 6k offense. Throw the rest in speed, and you can basically auto basic all the way until you get to one of the last couple of waves. Then you use your final abilities, your second special, to build up stacks of jam in about wave 4 or 5, I want to say, and you should be able to get an additional wave cleared. And at that Relic 7 tier, you should be able to get about 1.3 million. At the Relic 8 tier, you should be able to get about 1.8 million. It's really not a bad use of a couple of characters that a lot of people will most likely have relicked up already as part of other GL farms. So let me know, guys, comments in the section down below. Have you been hitting that 13.6 mil box like your boy Scribble? What's your project next? Until the next video, peace out, and may the Force be with you.